I remember back in 2022, I had just broken up with my girlfriend at the time. I was 40 pounds overweight. I was doing econ, but I wasn't really doing it the way I wanted to do it. In the sense of I wasn't all in. I was doing I was doing DoorDash to fund the test, to fund the product test, to just fund basically my life. I didn't really have that many responsibilities. I lived with my brother I lived in my brother's shack in the back of the house. So I didn't really have that many responsibilities. All I was really doing was doing DoorDash, Instacart, and trying to make time for this girl who didn't really see the bigger vision of what I had planned or what I do have planned. And there was nothing more that I wanted than was change, like to change my situation, to change my financial situation, to change my living situation, to actually make a difference in my life. And none of that started until I had to get rid of the thing I was most comfortable with. And most of the time, the change that we're looking for is right in front of our face, but we choose to ignore it because it's easy to stay comfortable because our body wants us to stay comfortable. Think about it. When you're cold, the first thing you do is grab a blanket because you want to get comfortable. But when we outlast this season or that moment of the unknown and find solace in the pain, knowing it's gonna go away, knowing it's not gonna be there forever, and knowing that if you just outlast it, your life's gonna change for the better. And I remember the last conversation I had with this chick, or my ex at the time. Like there was like this weight lifted off my shoulders. I actually felt like I could go after the things that I wanted, but I was so comfortable in that relationship. It was a bad relationship for me and the person I wanted to become, but it wasn't necessarily a bad relationship. And I think most of the time we're too afraid to ask ourselves the questions like, are the people and the things around me really conducive to where I want to go? And most of the time they're not. Most of the time it's you in the wrong relationship, you in the wrong job, you just in the wrong environment, because it's hard to change when you don't know what to change, right? And I think most of us actually do know what we want to change. Like you watching this video, if you want to change your body, if you're looking in the mirror and you're not confident in yourself, you know you need to stop eating. You know you need to go move more. You know you need to actually put the burger down, dog. You need to actually move those fucking legs. Like, or maybe it's your financial situation. Maybe it's not. Maybe you don't want to be a fucking entrepreneur. Maybe you don't want to start a business, but maybe you want to start making more money. So what do? You're too afraid to quit your job and look for something higher paying that has more growth inside the company because you're scared of change. The truth is, the thing you're actually most afraid of is the thing you need to go towards, because that's what's gonna allow you to fucking grow as a person. Like for me, breaking up with this chick was scary. I thought I was not gonna get no more snatch after that, dog. And like, this is not me trying to flex or nothing, but like just in the past 3 months, I've already been with 3 different girls, and like you're so caught up in your head thinking that the best, like the life you're living right now is like the best it's ever gonna get, because you don't know anything else, because you're too afraid to actually make a fucking change. But the moment you start and confront your fear, whatever it is that you're most afraid of, you know what that is. I don't know what that is, but all I could do is bring that to the forefront of your brain. Whatever it is that you're most afraid of right now, that's what's gonna allow you to make the biggest change in your life. For me, it was getting out of that relationship and actually going all in and focusing 100% of my time on myself and on my growth. During that, right after that I broke up, I went on to hit my first quote unquote winning product. I was able to build that store to multiple six figures and sell that store. It's documented in my channel. I'll link it below. And I lost 35 pounds, and I was traveling. I went to Dallas for the first time, and it was very eye-opening to me in the sense of the secret you're looking for, the magic you're looking for, the hack you're looking for is right in the fucking mirror. It's that thing you choose to ignore when you're alone, when you're just sitting in your room and you choose to play music or play video games or get on your phone instead of confronting your thoughts. Because most of the time you know what it is you need to do. Like, you know you need to clean your room when it's dirty. You know you need to put down that burger if you want to lose weight. Like, you know what it is you need to do, but you're so comfortable in the fact that you don't necessarily hate your environment enough to change it. So you need to feel more pain. The change is gonna happen when you actually feel fucking pain. When you hate your environment, you hate your situation so fucking much that you're willing to do anything and everything to get out of it. Legit, everything and anything to get out of it. Because for me, I hated being fat. Like, even right now, I don't feel like the fittest I can be. I don't feel like I'm the richest I could be. And I hate it. I know I need a fucking change. And I know I need, like, to get to the next level. It's just more focus. The only reason why you extend your timeline is because you lack focus. That's all it is. Like, when people say, like, give me 5 years and I'm gonna make XYZ, that's because they don't trust themselves and their ability to focus. Because 5 to 6 years to make $100,000, like, that seems more attainable, right? Because you're giving yourself a longer timeline. But the truth is, like, if you give yourself no other option but to make a change, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds by the end of fucking August, like, you're gonna make it happen because you're not giving yourself another option. And you tell that to someone who's quote unquote isn't as obsessive as you are, or who doesn't want the things you want in life. They're gonna tell you you're crazy. They're gonna tell you to slow down. They're gonna tell you to relax. And those are the people you cannot be around. It's better to be alone with the person you want to become and work towards that than be around people who are essentially your older self. Because the change happens when you realize the people around you or the things around you aren't gonna help you grow. And that's not saying cut off your friend, cut off your mom, cut off your parents. No. Like, they're living their lives. They're entitled to how they want to live. But if you want something different, you simply have to just take yourself out of that environment. And that's scary. And that's where change happens, when you fucking lead and go towards what's scaring you. Because that's what's going to change your life. Like, it's like flat out the truth. I'm not saying you need to fucking move across the country. You need to, like, cut off and change your phone number. Just do things, like, gradually. Like, instead of going out every week and hang out with your friends, stay in. Do some push-ups. Read a book. Learn a different business model. Like, most of us like to overcomplicate what actually needs to happen to change our lives, when most of the time it's just intensity. It's just intensity towards one thing for a short duration amount of time when things start picking up. Like, when I really wanted to make money in e-com, it took me 9 months to make, like, legit money, to put, like, 20 bands in my pocket. 9 months to make $20,000. And I was making $32,000, $34,000 a year when that first happened. So I essentially made more than half my fucking salary in the span of fucking a month, because I had made that 20 grand in a month. And I was like, whoa, okay, I'm not gonna quit my job yet, but I know I'm on the right path. It wasn't later until 4 months after that I was like, fuck this, I have $10,000 saved up. I'm just gonna dip. I'm gonna quit and I'm gonna go all in. And I was doing Instacart, DoorDash, and trying to maintain this relationship. And I caught myself. I remember being in the car on my way to fucking deliver this Jack in the Box to some fat ass who was too lazy to go to the fucking Jack in the Box. It was around the corner. It was legit around the corner from his crib. And I remember just being like, I don't like this. I need to change. And I know it's going to be hard because I need to cut off this girl. And this girl would legit drive from an hour and a half away to come see me. And she would hate that I wouldn't do the same because I just didn't want to. And I knew it's not like, I knew it would be taking time away from my goal and my vision. And I would just not show the person appreciation. Instead of actually just being like, you know what? I don't want this, because that was scary. That was hard. And it's usually the things that are scary and that are hard are going to make the biggest difference. Because when I did do those things, I proceeded to make $100,000 within the next 3 months. I proceeded to travel, lose 40 pounds. And you got to be willing to give up the good to get the great. And I'm only saying this because I need to realize this too right now. Like, I need to give up. I need to stop doing what's good and start putting more intensity to become great. And you probably need to do the same thing. So whatever change you're looking for, my boy, sister, whoever's watching this shit, it starts when you go towards what's scaring you. Talk to y'all Wednesday. Peace out.